Some Chinese fella versus ajbomba, it looks like. I don't know who that is. It's probably Chinese, because here's the thing. When you're downloading these recordings from the internet, for some reason when you're downloading these games from the internet, it does not download the Chinese characters in the file name. So if it's a Chinese person or whatever Asian language you're writing in, it'll just be blank and you'll only see the English letter names. So ajbomba, obviously using, English letters, obviously our alphabet, so that will appear. But the Latin alphabet, if you will, and then it won't show the Asian one, basically. Yeah. The Asian alphabet, not the Asian alphabet. Nobody wants the Asian alphabet, yeah. Alright. So yeah, okay, so doing CBDs here, looks like the Chinese fella's going China, and ajbomba's going with the United States. He is building a trading post right now, which could mean potentially going Scottish immigrants, going with the Scottish immigrant build, but we would only tell that right away by looking at the deck, seeing what cards are in there. If we see some big telltales like Scottish immigrants, obviously, but also Arkansas Post, Native Treaties, Advanced Saloons, then we would tell that that's his build order. So let's see if that ends up being the case. So oh wait a minute, no, he's going the other route. He's going with the Spanish levies. Okay. So basically he's going to go capitalism first, and then he's going to follow it up probably with Spanish immigrants. And this is a very powerful option because it actually gives you a ton of stuff. It gives you an XP trickle, it gives you an outpost, and then it allows you to call levies of pikemen from your trading posts as well as your outposts, giving you a nice batch of pikemen you can use to fight cavalry with. Since, as you know, with United States, you don't get any hand infantry, right? So it's really the only way you get access to any sort of pole arm or anti-cavalry in hand attack, that is. No, outside of like the hand attack of the regulars, obviously. So yeah, quite useful. Alright, so let's see what he does now. I think he is going to go with those Spanish immigrants, from the looks of it. That's what I think. Oh, he's going for a 10 village rage up. Very interesting. Yeah. Sometimes people will go for a 10 village rage up to speed up a bit and take the risk of aging up with less vills. It certainly isn't as greedy and commie, but can be good for aggression. So he's going to go up with Delaware, right? Yep, Delaware. I assumed he was going to go up with Delaware. Seems to be the popular choice if you're not going Scottish immigrants to go Delaware, since they got some pretty good cards and a pretty good bonus. Alright, he's going to go with that. And what about France? France going Core Master, right? They got their train posts up, good. Doing everything right. They should begin the market pretty soon as well. Yep, market coming up. Priority is hunting dogs, placer mines, and then pick up steel traps in Age 2. If you're France. Yeah, your CBDs, the Courier de Bois villagers that France gets, has a really good base gather rate, so it does benefit you to try to upgrade their market techs as soon as you can, which is normally between Age 1 and 2. That way their gather rate is astronomically higher in the essential resources of hunting and mining, which you're really going to need there, basically. Yeah. And looking at the deck, how's it look? So, he's got what looks to be 2 skirm, cuirassier, dragoon, falconet, that's all normal. But he also has advanced artillery, so he can get access to mortars in Age early, as well as horse artillery. And he also has the armored pistolier card. He's got armored pistoliers. That's pretty interesting. I don't think we have we seen armored pistoliers be used with the French deck before? I wonder if we'll see those today. That would be a pretty fun one. Yeah, I think we might. Alright, so that's an 85 wood treasure for French. Not bad. They can totally use that. So they're going to start out with their 4 CBD card, which is the normal thing to do as the French. And he's going to open with barracks. So he's going to start with musketeer most likely. That's typically what France will start with. Unless they really think that the enemy's going to go heavy infantry, then they might go crossbowmen. But typically, opening musket as French is the preferred thing to do if you're going to go for a barracks. Yep. And here comes the 700 coin for USA. Very nice. So what is USA's plan? Is he going with the forward barracks or what? I have no idea, honestly. I have no idea what that man doing. So he's got a levy of pikemen, though. That's good. That levy of pikemen will be really good at helping the explorer. He's going for the 320 XP treasure in the middle of the map. Now, that's a powerful move. Whoever gets that one on Great Plains really gives them a huge advantage, because then they can get a shipment right away, basically, yeah. Also picking up the Virginia Assembly. That's always a good card because it gets you a stage capital early. And it allows you to research a tech for free, which is normally statehood, so that you can age up faster, and then you receive some more XP crates from the age up than normal. Because if you didn't know, with United States, when you age up, you actually do get XP crates at your town center, so it does shove you a little bit towards your next card, which is nice. So we're going to go Virginia Assembly, followed by 700 wood. It's tell me probably he's going to focus on age up and then try to go for a semi-fast fortress then. Maybe go sharpshooters, who knows at this point. It's really tough to say, honestly, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. Alright, so it looks like explorers are fighting, pikemen coming up from behind. At this point, France has already deployed 2 batches of musketeers, so they're going to be able to force USA off real easy, since pikemen and the explorer are really not equipped to deal with the nice mass of muskets there, which is very powerful at this stage. France. Okay, so, yep, USA's getting their wood. What is French up to? So French is now adding in a stable, so they're going to be adding in hussars. Hussars is probably a safe precaution against skirmishers of any kind, because, well, he knows his opponent hasn't made any real military head. Only just levy at this point from the tower, so he's got to assume that sharpshooters will be a potential risk down the road. So it's good to get that stable now. Maybe get a few hussars out and really start pressing with those muskets. Yep, he is going to start queuing in that hussar right now, which is great. Musketeers are going to take advantage of the moment and try to press the outposts, get back some map control. You really don't want USA's tower right here, because it's going to hold the silver mine, which you might need as the French, since it's a pretty close one to the French base. So whatever you do, get rid of that tower. Help your vills out a bit when they need to come over for that coin. Hussars, right now, France has about 3 of them queued up. He could afford some more. He could go a full 5, which he does do. Okay, he does do that. Is he going to queue up some more hussars, or what's the plan there? He's going to ship in hussars, and he's going to go with musketry. Okay, that seems pretty fair. Yeah, obviously, if the guy's running pikeman levies, you can't go too many hussar. It's better to go too many musket than hussar in this situation, because the pikes will unfortunately have a field day if you just go hussar, pretty much, yeah. Okay, so USA does get some sharpshooters there. He went up with Kentucky, right? It's usually what we see, Delaware and the Kentucky. Yep, Kentucky rifles, very nice. He gets rolling artillery to get 3 Gatling guns. Thankfully, he has the Gatling guns working pretty good. I think he can fight off all these muskets before he loses a Gatling gun. Right? Okay, yes, he retained all 3 Gatling guns. That's beautiful. Because every time you send rolling artillery, it sends 1 less Gatling gun until you reach 1. You get like 1 Gatling gun from the car, and then it restarts the cycle again on the 4th iteration, and then you can get 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. It's like when you're, in NASA and you're flying a rocket up into the moon. They like go 3, 2, 1, blast off. That's how the rolling artillery card works. It's 3 Gatling guns, 2 Gatling guns, 1 Gatling gun, blast off, back to the top again, then you get 3. So yeah, that's pretty neat. Alright, so now going to go for 54th Massachusetts Volunteers. Very powerful card. It gives you 5 states militia and 4 regulars, right? And it also upgrades their veteran upgrades for free, too. So not only are you getting a mix of troops, you're also going to be upgraded troops. Oh no, but unfortunately France gets around his pikemen, and now he's going to press the Gatlings. Just not enough soldiers here, man. Not good. France definitely has a defense here, because not only does he have the hussars, he's got his Minutemen out, Plus, the CBDs are capable of combat more than the villager is. So yeah, that's the other thing that makes CBDs great. Their first fact, beautiful natural initial gathering rate that can be really jumped up by market techs. And the second thing is their good combat qualities. 40% pierce armor, some good HP, good range attack of 16 range. That's about the same as a crossbowman is in this game. So you know that range is pretty good. Well, actually not just crossbowman, really any archer unit. Like the Setan bowman and all the legs. So yeah, quite good. So yeah, that's pretty awesome, right? Yeah, definitely. So, yeah. What's going on now with USA? So USA, okay, they go with the Russian-American company, so they're getting 2 blockhouses. It also beefs up your hunting rate by about 20%, which is good. So it's like, again, spice trade and a tower card all in one. Yeah. To boot, it's towers that you normally can make, which is the blockhouse. So it's really just like extra defenses for your base. Okay, France is looking to go to Age 3 now themselves. It's really where France shines is in Fortress Age. They can go for their infamous 2 Falconet card, their powerful Dragoon shipment, get 2 batches of skirms, go for the 3 Kilesser shipment, and obviously you do have options like Mercenaries too. Just like this French deck with the Armored Pistoliers in it, which I would be glad to see. Alright, this is USA, let me see. Yeah, I would be glad to see these Armored Pistoliers be used in an effective manner here. Would be pretty funny, yeah. Aging up with the Exiled Prince for age up speed, I guess, but no reward.
What is your command?
It's now going to go for Pulaski's Legion. Ships a number of powerful Ulans and celebrates them to be trained at forts, which I think is quite good. Does USA have any forts, mind you? Yes, they do. They actually do have a fort, so that might actually be used later. Who knows? Maybe it does, yeah. That stable is down. Okay, making some good gains there by the, interesting. So now it's going to go range infantry on the right side and Hussar on the left to try to beat out his defense, it looks like, yeah. Got the CBDs in battle too. That's why France is able to stall a bit here, because he's using the high HP and pierce armor on the CBDs to hold off all these troops, which is very nice. Alright, so starting to train skirmishers from that barracks now. However, the Ulans are there from the Pulaski's Legion and completely cutting through them. Right, so yeah, I would take that barracks out first. It's one less production building you have to deal with as the USA. Whereas France is going to go Train Dragoon and Ship Dragoon. So going massive light cavalry. I think that's pretty good because it's immediate cure to the Ulan problem. And obviously Dragoons can act as a strong range unit. While also being able to maneuver away with their very fast movement speed basically. So that should be quite good, honestly. There's 4 Dragoons, and then 5 are coming down right here. Right, very nice. Good pressure by the USA, honestly. I like it. It's forcing the French onto their knees and having to take a more defensive position back. to this area.
Je suis blessé. Je ne peux pas bouger.
I'm just curious what the next cards would be for USA. Are they going to go for 2 Gatling guns? Are they going to go for a 4? Are they going to go for 1,000 wood? What is really the best benefit of the Americans at this point here? We'll have to see. Right, the town center's just about almost down there, yeah. Dragoon skirmisher combo for France is always the signature. Let's see if it works. Plan this up. Oh, nice defense there by France. So it looks like France lives to fight another day now, thankfully. Very good. Checking chat there to see if anyone's wrote anything yet. Nothing yet. Ooh, nice. Going for the Kentucky Hunters card. This is a beautiful one because it gives you 4 Owl Hoots, a very good outlaw. And then for every shipment you send in the game, you get a free sharpshooter. So he'd be getting about 11 skirms plus the 4 outlaws. So that's a really good advantage there for the USA against all this French stuff, which is basically skirmisher dragoon. Yeah. Alright, regulars coming out of the barracks there, very good. So what happens now? Because it looks like here, at least at the moment, France seems to retain more skirms. So should be able to hold off these regulars pretty well. Yeah. Always the annoying thing when fighting USA sharpshooters is the fact that they have a range of about 22. So they can actually pull back a bit easier and snipe off these infantry a bit easier. So you gotta be careful of that. Yeah. France is picking up gang saw now. Yep. As you know, France did lose their town center, unfortunately. So they're probably going to want one back. Just saying. It's going to cost about 500 wood. They got about half of that now growing. So gang saw a pretty cheap solution to that problem. Going to go for an outpost first, though. So at least so they can receive shipments, right? They can get 2 falconets probably, which would be great. Or they could go cuirassiers, too. Even the 7 skirms wouldn't be bad. They're going to go with the cuirassiers. Yeah, the cuirassiers should be good against the sharpshooters. So I think cuirassiers is pretty solid there. I don't have too many complaints with that. And then they're going to pick up the 1,000 wood. Okay, so 1,000 wood, that should solve their town center problem. You could actually get 2 town centers for that amount of wood. Oh yeah, no. That's great. It's a good way for France to get back in the game. I mean, they've been in the game the whole time. Even without a town center, they've been able to defend their base. But once they get those town centers back, then they're going to be able to start growing economy and be able to maintain that score over their opponent. Because believe it or not right now, without a town center, France is still ahead in score over their United States opponent who is training villagers actively. Right, with the queue of 4 of them. Alright, so rolling artillery was sent in again, so 2 Gatling guns is arriving, right? Along with these sharpshooters. I think that's going to be a big problem because once those cuirassiers are out, they're going to be big targets. And even doing dragoons as well. So dragoons and cuirassiers are 2 threats against those 2 Gatlings, which is not good. I mean, honestly, I would send the dragoons against the Gatlings and let the cuirassiers like rain down on the sharpshooters. That should be pretty good there, honestly, but we'll see. Alright, so now it looks like sharpshooters really trying to find their range here and snipe as much as they can, yeah. Alright, sharpshooters are going to move forward, it looks like. Very nice. Gatlings spraying their bullets into those houses. Very nice. Good, good, good. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright, so dragoons coming in. Okay. Up, going to melee gets a gallon. Beautiful. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Just gotta get that last one there. Oh, perfect. Alright. So now it looks like doing better with the French because see, he's tried to he's like attacking him with the dragoon too as like a distraction, and then letting the skirms take advantage, go boop 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 on him. Good. Alright, the wood is still there for France to grab, thankfully. No USA villagers have come in to try to swoop that wood. Right, that's something we see sometimes, particularly in Wars of Liberty, is people will steal your crates if you can't hold them for too long, which is a very sneaky strategy, yeah. So it looks like the wood crates will be picked up by France, and they will get 1 to 2 town centers with that wood. I would definitely probably go 2 town centers, because then it makes it really hard for the USA to like push you anymore, which is good. Because here's the thing, if USA wants to send their rolling artillery again, they're going to have to suffer with the 1 Gatling gun delivery before they can reach the 3 again. So, and once they got 2 cards available, they're going to not get a lot of artillery. Yeah, but they do have a stable now, and they are adding in hussars, so they're getting a bit of hand cav for those French skirmishers, it looks like. Yep, just picking up placer mines right now, and then hunting dogs, it looks like. Yeah, very good. Didn't include the Hamiltonian economics card, so it's not like you can get those for free, unfortunately. One town center is going to go over here. I think that's a pretty good idea because that's away from the main fighting. So it's going to be pretty hard for USA to know what's up there right away. Does USA know about the hunts up here? Okay, so he can, if he was really looking, he could see this dead animal here and assume. But he doesn't know that there's a town center up there. He might just think, oh, maybe there's a few straggling CBDs up there. But he doesn't know that this is where the main base is going to be here. And this is just sort of the remnants of the last one. Okay, so how many cuirassiers? He's got about, how many? He's got 8 cuirassiers, so he queued them all up out here. Look at that, 8 cuirassiers on there. That's beautiful. That's a lot of splash damage. I'm just telling you. And he's going to add more in too. So these cuirassiers, these will be the cure to whatever sort of infantry that USA is doing at the moment. Yeah, USA really frantic, gets a levy of pikemen out. So I guess that Spanish immigration did come in handy there. Let's see what happens with that. Oh boy, look at that. More cuirassiers there to fight the hussars. You gotta get these hussars out here though, because they're sort of threatening this skirmisher advantage that France is enjoying. Yeah. See, now he's connected with your skirms again. This is not good because now you're losing your infantry advance. Because I thought France was going to push back for sure, but now it's looking like USA is starting to get their act together. You know, they're really starting to, how many settlers are you on, as USA? Got about 24 villages? Ah, that's not a lot. It's not a lot of vills. How many is it France on? Just wondering. He's on 23. So you're telling me that USA, who had access to a town center all game, couldn't have maintained like a better vill advantage or something? That's kind of telling. Huh? Yeah, definitely. But anyways, let's see what happens here. So these guys are going to take out the stable. Very good. Take out the stable there. Oh, nice. We got regulars and hussars taking out that stable. Dragoons trying to stall. The cuirassiers are going to go for the attack again. Oh, okay, yeah. See, when he goes into hand, you have to back up as the cuirassiers. If he's going into range attack, if he's like, he has the muskets in the standard mode, you can afford to put them in splash, but once he like tries to smother you with the bayonets, that's when the cuirassiers have to get out of dodge, unless there's a lot of them. Okay, Dragoon's doing a great job against all of those regulars because of the pierce armor and the outnumbering. Very nice. Looks like you should be able to scare him off there, right? Very good. Those Dragoons there, doing a good job against all that infantry, yeah. Very nice. Cuirassier coming out of the stable. Very good. How about USA? USA's bringing in about 1,000 wood. Is that 1,000 wood? Yep, 1,000 wood. What else has he got? He's got advanced artillery, so he can get mortar. He's got a fort. Carbine cavalry. Lee's Legion. At this stage, it's kind of poop, personally. State militia. It's got the fertile lowlands. It's got the Kentucky coal mines. Okay, so he's got quite a bit there. So it's not like USA's out of cards yet, which is great. Even if he ran out of all the cards, obviously he could keep just running this. So that's the one good thing about rolling artillery is I guess you always have a card this end, even if it's in the disgusting one Gatling gun phase. Just call it that. All right. Oh, hola, Fabio, and hi, Carlos. There you are, Saguai. How you all doing today? Ready to see some Definitive Edition tournament games from the PK Player Killers Clan tournament? Yeah, hopefully you are. These have been some pretty good matches overall, so yeah, quite nice. Alright, so it looks like USA is able to break through here. Let's see if they can take down a ton of houses here. That would be a good way to get some quick XP and maybe get some cards. But nope, looks like France is coming back with Dragoons. And he's got cuirassiers and he's got skirms. Did France send their falconets out yet? They have not. They have not sent the falconets yet. And they have not sent the armored pistoliers yet. That was one of the things I was wondering here. What would happen if he actually goes for those armored pistoliers? Will they be a good thing? Will they be a hindrance? I would like to know, actually. Alright, so it does look like USA eventually gets the hussars up to veteran, which is good. Okay, so the skirms there need to sort of back up and kite these regulars, right, which they're doing a good job at, but they have to watch out for the sharpshooters, though, which outrange them. It seems like right now USA is going to get a run of the mill with just taking out all these houses. It's going to lead a ton of card growth on his side there. Yep, so he's already ready for another card, I would assume. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see what his next card's going to be.
Yes.
Okay, Dragoon is there. Get rid of the Kudasip. Nice. Alright, so looks like in general USA is just gonna be able to roll him back finally. Roll him back with the rolling artillery, yeah. So he's gonna get another Gatling gun. And then if he sends a car again, then he'll get 3 Gatling guns, which is good. However, France finally gets their 2 Falconet card out. So looks like they got some sort of defense here against this infantry. But the Hussar, oh no, not good. Get the Dragoons over there. Because it looks like the Varan Hussars are over here. Yeah, Varan Hussars are in this spot, and they're going to wipe out all that stuff. Look at that. Very good. Very good. That should clean up things there. Very nice. Alright, so, yep. We're good. Comes that one little Gatling gun that could. Falconet's still alive and takes a shot at. That's beautiful. Ah, yep, Dragoon finished it off. Very nice. That's alright though, because now that when USA sends a card again, they're going to get 3 Gatling guns. That's going to be really scary. As long as they, I think as long as USA doesn't fumble their army too hard here and can like maintain some average battles against these Dragoons and Skarms, I think they got the advantage, because they got the French pushed back to their town center over here. And once they uncover that and they can get like a real force to go up against that, things should go a bit nicer. Because see, now that he's right on top of his barracks, these Skirms are going to be destroyed. So, yep, Skirms are going to be completely dealt with there. Yep. Yep, try not to take too much damage from these CBDs if you can. Just try to focus on downing the production villains for now. And then once you can get your batch of 3 Gatling guns in there, then you can worry about like going for the town center, yeah. Gotta be strategic with this stuff. Alright, yep, so you got the Pikards on the stable there. Good. Maybe you should have went with the barracks first, but that's alright too. Okay, yeah, I wonder if you can get the stable down before the Dragoons even queue up. Oh, yep, you see, he canceled out. He's like, you know what? I can't put my in there. GG, well played. That was an interesting one. It looks like the French player there did a pretty good job at, you know, trying to stonewall himself there and just prevent an inevitable death, you know. Really held on good. I thought for a second the France was going to come back without a town center, because we have seen that in this tournament. We have seen the Dutch, you know, play without a town center and win. It's something that actually you can do, so yeah, more the power to you if you can still win without a town center, because it is possible. It's just not easy. It's not easy to do, but you can pull it off. So yeah, definitely.